Hey, what's up, fam? Happy almost Thanksgiving. Today we are going to go over NQ. We will be looking at where we are headed by analyzing the daily chart on down to the hourly and 15-minute chart. We will look at upcoming red folder events and what to expect. All right, with that being said, let's dive in. Okay, so zoomed into this area after we made this run up, we can kind of scroll back over here and we had this daily swing high that we had a candle come above and then close above, which is significant that it's not rejecting this area. Okay, price then ran up into this volume imbalance and we rejected and closed down here. We had a fair value gap that was created. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at that structure. I'm gonna go over here and we're gonna open that up and highlight it. Okay, so a few important things here. Here's gonna be our fair value gap high. We had price come down, run below it, created this daily wick right there. Here's the 50% level of that daily wick. We had price run back into the fair value gap one more time, respecting 50% of the daily wick, and then coming back up. Now, if we take a measurement of this candle body to me, because the low was ran out in the fair value gap and then the candle body closed above it, this now confirms this as an order block. Getting more confluence in our confirmation, this candle body holds 50% or respects 50% of this candle body. That to me is a sign that price is looking to continue up and that it was gathering longs in this fair value gap. I just highlighted this area right here. I'm going to be looking at hunting longs, and we'll go down to the hourly chart in 15 minutes to see where longs might be found in this area. But what I want to see is, let's pull these back up. Okay, going back to what we talked about previous, we need some green up close candles to start filling in these areas where we have imbalances. So from the bottom of this one to the top of this one, this needs to be filled in with up close candles. And then again, from the top of here to the top of this green candle, we need that to get filled in. So I'm looking for prices to go higher. I've also measured the wick with a CE fit. Okay, so it's giving me quarters of this wick. We originally touched a quarter of it and then rejected, and then we held 50% of that candle body. If you want to take a look at that, we'll pull up our 50% fib. Okay, we'll measure that. Here you go, 50%. You can see the candle body closed above that, respecting that level. Okay, we'll get rid of that. We have our daily structure. Let's go down and check out the hourly chart and see what we can find in this area right here. All right, here we have the hourly chart. We have our annotations from the daily. We have the daily fair value gap right here. You can see price has been bouncing in and out of there. And we don't have any candles that are closing below that on the hourly. That shows me that price is building orders in this area, and it appears that price is going to want to hold this, and I'm looking to hunt longs in this area. If we expand this a little more, I'm not going to rule out price grabbing sell side liquidity below here, or even below here, and tagging this 1 hour fair value gap. They could leave this open, or they could run this and then immediately run it back out of there, which would create a wick that takes out the previous daily wicks lows and then move up. So I'm going to be open to that idea. However, I'm going to look for longs in this area. We have a couple swing lows on the hourly that price might want to take out before moving higher. So if we would look at just the balance range here, from this candle down, everything is very balanced. So we have a little bit of area right here where we can use an up close candle to kind of fill in this imbalance. But as we move down, prices came down here, held this daily fair value gap, and just consistently rebalanced itself. This is all balanced down here. We have price come back up, and you can see right at Friday's close, it came back up. And what did this do? It rebalanced with the candle body, the little imbalance that we had previously. Okay, comes back down, immediately rebalances this leg up, and we have candle bodies that are holding right here. So I would expect price to run the low and then start making a move up Sunday going into Monday. Now we can dig down further into the 15-minute chart. Here we have our quadrants of the daily wick. You can see we've tagged the quarter, and if we look at what 50% looks like, we have a couple hourly failure swings that could get targeted, and then we have this little imbalance in here where we do need an up close candle, some green to fill that in. Okay, so let's go ahead and just look at this same price area and price on the 15-minute chart. All right, so here we have the 15-minute chart in the same area of price. Daily fair value gap, you can see, was set by this right here. Okay, 50% of that daily wick, which price respected. We have a wick in here in this balanced area. If we just kind of put a box on that, you can see that price is respecting 50% of that wick, and that's respecting 50% of the daily wick. If you notice the daily fair value gap on the 15-minute chart, what do we have? We have candle body going below it, which is a run on liquidity. We have a second candle body taking out these, and then we have a third candle body taking out the previous. So we've had 3 runs on liquidity with candle bodies in this area. And then after the third one, we start to see candle bodies forming higher lows. Okay, so let's go to the area that we highlighted on the daily and the hourly that I was talking about where I'm hunting longs. So in this area, I've highlighted the 2 H1 failure swings, and this is where they coincide on the 15-minute chart. Okay, we have a 15-minute order block right here. You can see that this candle wicks down and grabs the liquidity of this previous set of candle bodies and their wicks, comes back up. We have a small wick down, and then price immediately changes direction, and we get displacement and expansion right away. Okay, one thing I'm looking for to confirm that this is an order block is that as soon as candle bodies close above this, which we have right here, then I would expect the next candle body to wick back into this order block and move higher. And we get that, a wick back down. It's about 50%, just below it, okay, which is a very nice entry. If you go watch my Ganbox video, you'll see that there's plenty of these kinds of entries that I like to take, and it gives you an entry right at 50%, and you get almost zero drawdown on those kind of entries. Okay, price almost rebalances the whole area, and then makes a run above these equal highs, and these highs right over here to this fair value gap. Okay, and this was the quarter level of that daily wick. Price rejects, and so now what I'm looking for is price to continue and grab liquidity below these hourly swing lows, and I'd like to see it go back into this 15-minute order block and start to expand higher. So noting that and seeing how this 15-minute order block played out, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to highlight that, drag that over here, okay, and order block signal. Okay, so now that's highlighted, and I'm going to be looking for price to dip into this order block. And because we have a failure swing right here from the hourly, I'm more than likely going to place my order long at the top of this order block versus down here. And you can see how it just touches equilibrium just below it on this candle. I'm going to be expecting a more shallow retracement into here. Is it possible that it runs this low as well? It is possible. So my stop loss is going to be all the way down here at the bottom of the candle body. But I'm looking to get long out of this order block on the 15-minute chart. I'll probably narrow that down on a 5-minute chart. I won't go over that today. You guys can do that on your own and how you like to take entries. I'm just giving the macro view on why I'm hunting longs in this area and what I expect. If we look at the 15-minute chart, okay, we still have plenty of imbalance up here that hasn't been filled in yet with green candles, and up here as well. Okay, and then you saw the highlight that I had of green candles needing to be filled in above us on the daily. So the fact that we have been dipping into this fair value gap and we haven't shown any sort of willingness for price to want to dive through this is showing me that this is a temporary rejection. We're kind of building orders in this range. This is a reaccumulation after a massive drive up, and we should be looking to see higher prices going into next week. Let's go ahead and take a look at what events we have in this upcoming week, just to see what times and when we're looking at for price to make moves. Okay, so next week, what I'm looking at is Monday. We have Great Britain. Bank of England is speaking. It's a red folder event. It's at 12:45 p.m. This is in Central Time, GMT 6. So that's going to be 1:45 East Coast time. Tuesday, we have FOMC meeting minutes and unemployment claims. Or I'm sorry, FOMC minutes in the afternoon. Wednesday, unemployment claims, revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment. That's morning stuff. And then the rest of the week, it is mostly European PMI numbers coming out. Okay, so early part of the week, we should see some afternoon movement just because we have these events in the afternoon, maybe a little more consolidation in the morning. And then Wednesday, looks like we'll have some good movement early on in New York session from London going into New York. And then Thursday, Friday, it looks like we have a lot of European coming out. So I'd look to see movement going in the London session overnight, and then maybe more of a consolidation New York AM, just to kind of be aware of for Thursday. Also, that is Thanksgiving, and so it might be a half day. I'm not sure if the U.S. markets are open that day. Could be a shortened day. So that would make sense that all this red folder is during London. And then Friday, we have PMI in the morning. So nothing earth-shattering, but some stuff that's in well-timed places that should give us some moves, and we should be able to take advantage of the volatility. All right, fam, thanks for listening, stopping by and tuning in. If you like what you saw, go ahead and hit the subscribe and like button for me. I'd appreciate it. Also, I haven't done videos in quite a while. I have been working my regular job quite a bit lately, so I haven't had as much time to get on and make these. If you appreciate this and you like it, let me know in the comments. If you have any other suggestions that you want me to talk about, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving, and let's make some money.